The picture we're showing here is where the client does not have its own public-private key to cooperate with the server. This is like the client being a web browser and the server being a web server, where the server generally lets anyone look at web pages, but the client wants to make sure they're looking at the right web pages. In other scenarios, where the client does have an RSA key pair and we want to use that, then the TLS protocol for that kind of cipher suite would be a little bit different. The client is going to, in the third step of this message, send back the public key that is certified with the shared trusted certificate authority and combine the green paint with that. Notice that the green paint is not encrypted this time, so everyone can see the orange and green paint. That is still okay from the Diffie-Hellman perspective, but we also lost something because back in the non-authenticated client mode, then we were encrypting the screen paint just to make sure that we really were talking to the server. The difference now is because we want to make sure that the client really is talking to the server and the server really is talking to the client. So to finish that up, in authenticated client mode, TLS will use two extra messages. The client, in addition to sending the green paint, will then send something that is signed using the client's private key. Since the server has the public key from the certificate, it will be able to decrypt it. And when it decrypts it, we want it to be something that only the client and the server can know, something that proves that this really is the client that has been involved up to this point. The way that's done in TLS is to take all of the messages that have gone before and hash them using some cryptographic hash. And then as long as the client and server agree on what was said in the first three steps, then the server will confirm that yes, that's everything that has happened before, decrypted properly using the client's public key. The server responds in kind, signing the history so far, including this last history from the client, with its private key so that the client knows that it really is talking to that server. This way we have authenticated in both directions, client to server and server to client.